entertainment, relationships, art, culture. If it's happening to or around us, let's talk about it. My name is Qamil, your host, and I'd like to welcome you to the So Dope Show. Welcome to the So Dope Show. Today is February 10th, 2021, and we are here today at the first Black-owned brewery in Columbus, Ohio. Really, we are in Gahanna, but woo! It's Black History Month, so it's lit, and we're actually making history right now. This is also the very first live stream of the So Dope Show from this Black-owned establishment. Woo! Because a couple weeks ago, I was in my room, and I didn't even know I was going to be here, but this is how things worked out. So thank you to the owners of Crafted Culture. They will be on in a minute to talk to you about beer and about how this all came to be. I want to start the show off by acknowledging the passing of two beautiful Black female icons. It is only right. First, I want to acknowledge Miss Mary Wells, who was one of the founding members of the Supremes, and also Miss Cicely Tyson, who has been a part of everybody's life, our mama's lives, our grandmama's lives, maybe their mama's lives, for many, many generations. I just want to thank them for paving the way for little Black girls like myself who came up unsure of what the options were for me, but seeing people like them in music and entertainment and influencing so much convinced me that I could too. So that I just want to thank them for their love, thank them for what they left us with their legacies. And speaking of love, and that Valentine's Day is coming, I have a special guest coming up here to bless us with a poem about love. Woo! Give it up for dear Miss Stevie. Woo! She makes her way on up here. She's like, what kind of love poem are we talking? Like, love. Sexy love. So she's going to do sappy love for us today. Dear Miss Stevie.
This is called Sunday Kind of Love. Your voice is like soul music. Melodies become fingers reaching deep into my womb, grasping my heart, pulling down, and like falling stars, I become rivers of want, escaping into the wide outside open. Open wide like nostrils after penny candy and recess become high school dances and wet dreams, ice cream soft. So soft like kitten fur, no wonder they call it. A pushing past my insecurities, you reach me with each thrust. You penetrate my mind until you become more than my lover, you become memory. And this love, though escapable, is so exquisite I dare not move, lest I forget the steps to this dance and the words to our song. I long to hold you forever, somewhere between dusk and dawn, when the world is quiet and we two beatniks become one rhythm, moving outside of time, living on the edge of a rhyming poem, inside the melody of sound and indeed rolling in the deep. Sleep now, baby, and dream of me, your personal jazz staccato. Remember me. Remember when we were lost in the groove. Thank you.
Wait, don't go. You have to tell the people how to find you. Also about your project that is out.
Yes. Okay, so I'm Dear Miss Stevie. You can follow me on.
Yes.
You can follow me on IG and Twitter at Dear Miss Stevie. I'm on Facebook at Dear Miss Stevie. You can book me at dearmissstevie@gmail.com or booking@dearmissstevie.com. And that's DEARMSSTEVI. No E at the end.
No E.
No E at the end. And thank you for plugging my project. So I'm also the co-host of one of Qamil's shows, the Corner Video Show. So please go on YouTube, support, watch the video. It is dope. We'll be back soon, sooner than you know. Be on the lookout for some forthcoming work from me.
What is the Corner Video Show?
The Corner Video Show is it's like do y'all remember Video So Go? Do y'all remember like 106 in Park? Do y'all remember when like MTV used to actually show like music videos?
Yeah.
Like all our music channels,
Or
like
music, television.
like right. So it is very much that, only we showcase local talent. Myself and Christian Rocker are the co-hosts.
Christian.
Shout out to Christian. And so we're the co-hosts, and you should watch it, and it's on YouTube, and you should look at it because it's good. And then if you want to hear more of me and more poetry that is kind of sappy, but also very woke and nasty, then you can check out my EP. It's called Notes from the Margins. It is available streaming everywhere. It is called Notes from the Margins by Dear Miss Stevie, DearMsStevi. Thank you for being on.
All right, so I have many topics that I want to talk about today, but before I do that, I want to bring up the owners of this beautiful establishment to talk about how we got here, how this came to be, and I think I'm going to take some beer. I see some beer on the table. So we'll have Peyton, one name, that's all he wants to be known as. I happen to know Peyton because we used to work together at Chase back in the olden years when I was like 20-something. That's where we met. And then we have Sir Sizzle here with the beer in his hand. So we want to talk to him first because he has beer. That's a lot of beer.
I'm a whole lot of person.
Okay. So this man, okay, so we came here to meet to talk about doing the show here. And I have never heard anybody so passionate and knowledgeable about beer. And he's like, black women made the first beer. And we're like, no, what are you talking about? And I think that they should know about that. That is the beginning.
I'm really big on that. That is, that's a huge fact in history. One of the oldest recipes for fermented beverage is actually a poem that was uncovered in a Mesopotamian tomb. So, and originally, back in that time anyway, beer and fermented beverage. I have to say fermented beverage because there's a lot of debate about whether that was beer or it was wine or it was mead or whatever, right? But when these things were happening, that was considered a culinary pursuit. And so women handled all of the cooking back then, right? So as they went to make this beverage in these clay pots, they would be coming from just milling grain and making bread. So they would go to get all the juices and the berries crushed up for this beverage. And what was happening is residual yeast was coming off of their fingers and going into these clay pots. And as it sat there, right, it began to eat the sugars that were left behind. And when yeast eats sugar, alcohol is produced. Right? When they realized this was happening, they started to record it, and that's where this poem came from. So it's kind of like kismet that you opened up with poetry, and then you came to me and was like, let's inadvertently talk about some poetry.
I have no idea.
Cheers to you
Wait,
for
what is
programming the
this?
show. Oh, so you are drinking our Bliggity Black Stout. Yeah. We did this because in this industry, now that we have our own space, I can be as black as I want to be. And you can be as black as you want to be right here in this space. We can do that all day. So you've got our Bliggity Black Stout, and I'm drinking Knock If You Bop. This is our double bop, dark lager. So this is what we're here for. So cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Good job.
Try some different stuff over here.
I can't really describe it, but it's good. And you should come get some when they open officially.
Okay, so when you drink, you say you can't describe it, right? You taste with your nose first, right? So, yeah, there you go.
It's like, no, it's like medium.
Medium. Okay, medium is the word a lot of people use when they talk about coffee, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what you're picking up on is roast. There's no coffee in there. That's the malt that is used. The grain that is
Roasted,
used to produce that is roasted before it's milled and cracked and used to make beer. So that's what you're picking up right now.
It's delicious. What's in that one?
Oh, so this is just a whole bunch of black shit. No, it's a very similar start. Thompson won't make a stout. The difference between these beers really is the yeast that we use. So to make a lager, you use a lager yeast. To make an ale yeast. The difference is the way that they move through beer. Ale yeast eats sugars from the top of the tank to the bottom of the tank, right? And lager yeast eats from the lower end of the tank to the top of the tank, and it's designed to be kept at colder temperatures.
Okay.
Yeah, and still do its job.
So literally everything is being brewed in this space.
So this is how, look, I'm so good. We are Gypsy Brewing right now, is what this is called, right? Yay. So that's some more black shit just happened, right?
During Black History Month.
So we have friends in this industry who are in their buildings, they're already set up, they're ready to rock, because people probably don't know this, but we grabbed the keys to this place January 11th.
Wow, you're already up.
And we got doors open to make things like this happen for sure. So our friends in the industry knew, like, hey, you guys got to redo your floor before you put a brew system in.
Okay.
Come to us
Support. Anytime,
and we'll help you brew beer. So we've been brewing at other locations to get beer ready to come in here. Yeah.
Nice.
What's Jasmine has? She has a light one, and y'all can't see it, but it's like the color of apple cider.
Okay, so she's drinking Shut Up, I Can't See. That's my hazy IPA. It's also something my grandma used to say all the time. Like I never understood it. My grandma would just be out there and she'd be like, boy, shut up, I can't see right now. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Show the people.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
In the cute glass.
Yeah, we try, try to make it. Beer is a beautiful thing, so the glassware should be too.
So I heard that there was one called Culture Vulture.
Yeah, so Culture Vulture was our tropical IPA.
Tropical?
It was tropical, yeah.
Okay.
Whole lot of fruit got thrown into that, fresh fruit. The thing is, though, like it was a small batch, and that sold out real quick. Like it was gone. I think we did 4 days and it was done.
Is it going to come back?
So we're debating it because to make it on a large scale, like we use a lot of fresh ingredients for that beer. So to make it on a large scale, like it kind of becomes an unapproachable price point, and we don't want to do that. Like we've been priced out of way too many things in our lives as African Americans, and the last thing I'm going to do is produce something that is going to price you out of an experience. So I'm not really with that. So unless they give me something that is quality ingredients that we can use to reproduce that beer, that's not chock full of high fructose corn syrup or anything ridiculous like that, then we'll bring it back. But until then, it was a moment just for us. Like.
Well, if you have another moment, let us know.
I can tell y'all about a moment. We be having moments. We be planning these moments, okay?
Let us
right?
know. I mean, I plan to be here often.
February 27th. Go ahead and be in here.
February to be up in here.
Where's
February
here?
27th.
Right here at Crafted Culture, 505 Morrison Road in Gahanna, Ohio. Let's do this. Right? There we go. We say that because our brewer I think he's a mad scientist, right? He's really versed in producing what's called a golden ale. And golden ales are also called saisons or farmhouse ales. At one point in time, it was poor folks' beer. It was also used as payment for people working in the fields, which is code for us, right?
Not even close. We know what's up.
So we partnered with another brewery. It's called Endeavor Brewing Company. It's a couple who owns it, male-female couple. But Meg Talman, shout out to Meg. We partied hard together in college and we worked together. And both being professionals in this industry, we've had to pretend to be someone we are not at different points in time to get ahead. So we decided, let's do this collaboration beer, and we're going to take this golden ale and do something that's not really happening in beer. We said, let's skip the hops, right? We're going to chop this thing full of rosemary, sage, thyme, and bay leaves, because I tell people all the time, we're not brewing beer, we're cooking soul over here at Crafted Cultures. Right? We cooking soul over here.
Right.
But because, you know, as a black man in the industry, it was a struggle. As a female in this industry, it was a struggle. We decided to call this collaboration Code Switch.
Oh, facts.
Right? Because it's for everybody out there who's ever had to pull off the code switch to get ahead or to just catch up. So on February 27th, you can come up here and you get a whole glass of code switch.
Up in here.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite beer?
A favorite beer?
Yeah. You can only drink one.
The one that's in my hand.
Okay.
Like, no, legit.
This one right here.
What's it called again?
This is Knock If You Bop.
Knock If You Bop.
Yeah. We all remember that song, man. I just needed a moment, you know, like. No, but beer is an experience. Like, it's a fun time, and we want to continue to create that fun atmosphere, like that excitement and that exploration all across the board. This is what we're here for. Like, this is our time. This is our space. I tell people all the time, I'm a math nerd, right? Yes. So when I did the math on this industry and I realized the imbalance that was there, I was like, we have to start to do something different. And that's why we say beer to change here. Like, beer to change you want to see in the world, in the community, in your life. Like, beer has a moment where it can do the right thing, do the wrong thing. Either way, it's going to make an impact. So we want to make sure we steer that in a positive direction and teach those nerdy kids like me out there, like, if you're a math nerd, these breweries need accountants, baby. Come on through. If you're a science nerd, these breweries pay people just to study yeast. You don't even have to touch the alcohol. What this yeast does. If you're an agriculture nerd, I need you to grow hops. I need you to produce grains. This is stuff that we can do until there is a possibility of a completely black vertical and horizontal consolidation in craft beer. I'm not going to stop talking about this.
Go. Black History Month up in here. I had quite a bit of beer, and honestly, and not just because I'm here, like, this is really good.
Thank you.
You know how beer is not good, and sometimes it's like, I don't want to say pee, but people do compare beer to pee when it's not delicious.
I hope
this
you
is
don't
not
like
that.
that.
This is not that. The road's a little sweet. Like, you just have to come up in here on the 27th and come try it when this place officially opens to the public. We're here early, getting the inside scoop.
That's right.
Is Peyton coming to talk to me, or
Yo,
you just leaving it?
I think he's really just waiting on us to tell him it's his time to be in here,
Okay.
because that's really the man. Like, he's the reason I'm even here. Like, there was a point in time where I kind of like gave up on this.
So how did y'all meet?
That's been my guy for like 20 years, man. Like, we was in church together. We worked at a barbecue shack on the east side together. We worked at a catering company together. Like, we was,
I met Peyton, I was saying earlier, at Chase.
Okay.
In our early 20s, and I worked at Chase. For people who don't know, I was a baker for like 13 years. Before I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. And I was slowly dying inside. And the money was good. But I wanted to just take my chances and be an artist, what I was supposed to do. And that's how we got here. But we still had that connection from then and like kept up with each other. And so when this happened, I got a call. Here we are.
Yo, I love it. But, I can talk beer all day long, but there's nobody better to talk about how we really, really operate and how we plan to reach the community. So I'm going to just shut up. I'm going to drink more beer and I'm going to get out the way. Like, and I feel like just because we was here, we got to do something. Like, I feel like the next beer we plan, we just got to say that it's so dope, right? Y'all hold me to that. All right. Before the summer hits, there will be a soul dope beer. So we can keep this going. All right.
You said you have to talk about how you guys got here, what your hopes are community-wise.
We got here?
Not us.
Because we go way back.
I already talked about that.
Oh, okay.
How y'all got here.
Okay, so this has been like a 2.5-year process. We started just quite frankly, my boy can't get work. Like, we would work in other establishments because we had a drink. So
Louder?
Louder? Oh, that's right.
It's louder.
So
Put that clear.
basically, we kept getting play. So we would go to these other breweries. He would work there. I was kind of like, I've been doing it for about 20 years, 25 years, something of that nature. And we would just go into these places and try to make partnerships, which he probably explained earlier. And it would
He just like beer.
okay.
It's amazing. I love
Beer is
beer.
amazing. But it would be one of those things where the struggle, you just keep getting rejected and rejected, and really just staying committed to your dream. That's the first thing that really kind of happened. We stayed committed to our dream, and all those doors kept shutting, people kept saying no, and we ran into opposition where a lot of people was out of our culture, or didn't look like us, and basically we would just keep going. We looked at so many properties, tried so many beer recipes, and just kept pushing, kept pushing. We treated ourselves as if we already was established. And that was the biggest thing. When you go in and you have confidence and say, hey, this is what we're bringing to the table. This is what we have here. We were a 1-2 punch where he knew more of the beer information. And I was more of a, hey, let me talk to you on the side back end, kind of like, my boy's exuberant. But let's talk about, let's talk and see what we can get done. And we just never gave up on what we wanted to do. And even with our model, craft and culture, we're making beer for our people, but for everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it hits both demographics, and it's a bonus because you're able to get to everyone.
Yeah.
And this culture, like I was telling you, it's not just a skin color or tone. It's what you believe in, your walk of life.
Yeah.
And if we all fit that same culture, and we have those beliefs in that system, then that's what our beer is for, and that's what we're great.
So your money is good here, so come buy the beer up in here. The beer up in here. On February 27th. Yeah. So
That's pretty much.
well, about the community parks, I know that is a huge part of your mission for the space, in addition to making the blackest beer ever. The blackest beer ever up in here. Working with people in the community and everything that you've expressed to me. Tell them about it.
Well, this is it. You know, my mission was to work with people that are, you know, of my culture, directly with myself, that has a platform that is really serious about what they're doing. You're a prime example of that. You're like the very first person I reached out to. Not only because of our history, because we go way back, but because you've been doing it so long, and it's been done such on a continuous professional level.
Wow.
Like, yo, this is who we want to work with. This is who we want to be with. So it's all about working with people in our community who are serious about their craft, and giving those people the platform and the opportunity to come in here. I mean, it's no secret the place looks nice, and you know it's very attractive visually, but also getting people in here that are serious about their craft and that really want to take it to the next level and work with us.
Yeah.
That beer to change you want to be in your community is serious for us. We can sit down and have a conversation with you about beer and talk about goals and talk about achievements and what we want to see in the future with us. That's what we're all about. And we have a lot of plans we're going to do in the future where we're working with a lot of people of our culture, big and small, so they can have a platform here that they normally would not get in this type of environment. Here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
Well, they have a patio outside, and
Yeah.
it is gorgeous. So
Yeah.
summertime is going to be a good time, and we will be here. And I'm really excited. When we came to meet you, first we went and got some food at Firehouse down the street. That was my first time going, and it was delightful. But anyways, so then we came here, and it was snowing, and I told Jasmine, like, we ain't come back until the weather, it gets better. I don't know when to start day. I don't know. So then I walked in, and I was like, oh. Like, sometimes you just know. Like, I pride myself on knowing special when I see it, and it was like immediate, yes, we will be here. I look forward to seeing all of the incredible things that come out of this space to opening up another location somewhere down the line, maybe many, many locations, because what you're doing and what you guys plan to do, I haven't seen yet. And so I'm happy to be a part. I'm happy you're running. Let's make it so dope here. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
it's going to be a workout of that. But yeah, we'll do it.
So
We'll do
let's talk about the rose petals that you're going to put in it.
The rose petals. He
Yeah.
said that?
So, no, he didn't.
Oh,
I
you
just
said-
made that
oh,
up.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, so
Like,
Peyton, he doesn't know what's happening right now. Doesn't know what's happening right now. Is there anything as far as, okay, so 27 is official opening
27.
for the people. What time? Tell them what they need
All
to
day.
know. All day.
As soon as you wake up, come in, sun on.
Beer to change for breakfast.
Take your shower the night before.
Lay your clothes out.
Like that first day of
Like
high
next to
school or
you.
something.
Like,
No, but
lay out your tits.
we'll probably be realistically on the day opening. We're gonna see how it works, but we'll probably want to shoot probably 11 a.m.
Okay.
Something of that nature, that time frame. That's tentative, naturally, but yeah, we're gonna come
We'll
out
update
here.
you.
Yeah, we'll have a great time. Bring the family out, bring your friends. Just come out and celebrate our culture with us and share a beer with us. And like I said, beer to change.
Beer the change.
Beer the change.
Up in here on the 27th. All right. Thank you. But I have a guest that I would like to bring up, my official guest for the day, and he is one of my favorite people in the world. And I'm going to bring him up, and we're going to talk about all this other extra stuff I want to talk about, and then we're going to get into this stuff that he made with his love and hands and all of that. So come on up here, Myko, everybody. You got a couple things up here.
I bought my cup from
Q's
Q's
Cakes, also a sponsor of the
It's
So
banana
Dope Show.
pudding.
She provided us with a spread of desserts.
And I bought my cup from Crafted Culture. We won't say what that is
We
today.
up in here. We all up in here. Okay, so let's talk about some fun stuff.
Okay.
I made a list of current events and news that I wanted to touch on. This weekend is Valentine's Day.
It is.
Ooh. Dear Miss Stevie, although she did a love poem, was the one you heard do.
That was fiction.
Do you have a Valentine?
No.
That's such a messy room.
No.
I made a post the other day and I asked people to tell me like the most romantic thing that people has done for them, or the most romantic thing that someone has done for them. Did I say that right? And I got like 3 comments, so it's really not.
Okay, your segment asking me.
It's really not that much there. So, what's the most romantic thing that you have done for someone, or someone has done for you?
Well, I'm a Cancer, so I do most of the romancing, just putting that out there.
Aw.
I don't know. I think probably the most romantic thing that I could do for somebody, or that I usually would do, I'm usually very attentive and like considerate. So I listen to very small, finite details, and like on Valentine's Day, you'll get like a basket of like everything that you talked about for like 3 months before that. Otherwise, I haven't had a romantic life for like 5 years. Don't ask me.
I happen to know that is by choice and not because of a lack of options out here.
No, this is
in
that kind of
these
talk show.
streets.
Can we talk about candles?
Well,
And
yeah.
that's it. And that's
I'm
it.
just saying, let them shoot their shots. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And speaking of love, okay, so since some people will not have an actual Valentine's Day, Valentine's that is another person, it might be like on the self-love thing. So you might go get yourself a bottle
I'm usually
or get a
the
candle.
gift. I'm usually the gift.
Get the whole gift.
I'm a massage therapist. Like,
You might get a massage for yourself. Some of these candles, he has lots of other things. You might, go get a bottle. Don't watch Malcolm and Marie, apparently. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently you don't want to watch that on your self-love day.
oh, listen. Speaking of stuff,
Did you watch it?
can I do a shameless plug? No, I ain't worried about my
Yeah, it's plugged the whole time you're up.
Well, Universal Hands is actually having a Power Hour special where you can love yourself all the way into a massage for $50. You get an hour, and it involves hot stones and company with me, and yeah. So, book now at
Do you have
Universal
snacks?
Hands 1. Snacks?
Yeah.
I mean, if you let me go to one of those trays out there, I'm sure they're good for the next 3 days.
Okay. Just fix it. Power hour, $50. Massage, hot stones, maybe some 3-day open air puddings. Could be yours.
Facebook.com/Universal Hands 1.
All right. And speaking of self-love, someone reposted an article today about the singer Maya. You know who Maya is, right? Some of you young people may not know who Maya is. Maya,
23, I don't know who that is.
you know who the hell Maya is. So Maya has, and she did this whole thing about her getting married or whatever, but she actually married herself.
Like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, she shot a video, which was really beautiful, of her marrying herself, and the song is dope. But I forgot what she call it. So, there's like sapiosexuals and solosexual. I'm pretty sure that's it. She's
That's
solosexual.
That's creepy.
Thoughts?
It's creepy. It's just creepy. Like, I don't
She's
care how long I've
committed-
been single, I'm not marrying me. I don't even like you.
She's committed to. She's taking this self-love to a whole nother level, and made up a word.
She
Because
did.
that's what we do in this century. We make
Stop
up
trying to
words.
make fetch happen. Sorry.
Solosexual. If you don't let somebody be your Valentine, you're gonna be a solosexual too.
You don't get to choose how I.
Autosexual.
Period.
Is that a real thing? Okay. All right. Moving along.
I'm having my hot boy life right now.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're not doing anything.
I'm having a
I want
lukewarm
you
person life.
to not be a solosexual. It's so cold that you should let somebody be your Valentine.
Or pay your gas bill.
They can pay it. Pay your gas bill so you can come over. Okay.
Pay your gas bill, you can spend the night.
Bring a spin
Bring
night
your
bag.
Spend the night.
I have a sodo tote bag. If you pay your gas bill, I will pack you.
My spend the night bag came from Kingfinity.
Shout out to Kingfinity, the homies. Okay, so in celebrity news, Lettucey is starring in a movie about Mahalia Jackson.
That's appropriate.
And Columbus Short is playing Martin Luther King. I saw the picture.
Absolutely not.
It works. It's not what you think. I'm kind of biased because I used to be in love with him. And then he was Harrison. I mean,
Until
oh my
he
God,
punches you in the face.
and he was so amazing.
Jasmine is over there
Allegedly.
gangbanging with a spoon of banana pudding and
Did
attitude.
he punch somebody in the face? I don't think I knew about that.
In the lobby?
Allegedly. Was it a woman?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. I don't love him anymore. He looks stupid. That's Martin King.
Was that in the elevator?
Girl, there's been so many elevator fights.
The elevator was Solange. That was Solange.
Solange, right.
Shout out to Solange. Gangsters.
My Cancerian sister.
Absolutely.
Who no cancer in the elevator.
Let's see what else has happened. The lady glued her hair down.
Let's talk about that.
Did they get it out yet? Let's talk about it.
So I watched a video earlier of her talking to a newscaster. Well, maybe not a newscaster. She might have been a vlogger. And she...
Her eyes like...
No, hold on. What's her name? Talicia or something like that?
Alyssa?
I don't know, but Gorilla Glue Girl. She has the nerve to be mad at us for finding humor in her folly. And I'm using all of these appropriate words.
You're doing really good. You know, this is not too long. He's being real censored right now.
I know I'm not too ghetto. But she's mad at us for thinking that she's the dumbass that
Why she posted?
She said to get help, but I'm just like,
She knew what she was
She
who
knows.
are you trying to get help from? Instagram Live?
Listen, as a black person, you know nothing else. But if you post
She
something,
didn't expect it to go viral.
Why?
She didn't.
You posted Gorilla Glue on the internet after a month.
There was no way that was
3
not
months?
gonna happen.
She know that shit
You know how much fungus is on her hand?
No, because
It
they
can't even
used
grow.
acetone on the back.
No.
Like, so she
No.
Okay.
she was showing us like it was just ridiculous. But the part for me, it's the attitude for me. And your son is like 20 years old. Like, why?
I know she's suing the Gorilla Glue people.
She said she's
For
not-
what?
She's not going to
She
sue them?
just got a lawyer.
For us.
A lawyer for who?
She's
Black
gonna-
community?
She's gonna send us a cease and desist. We
She
better
gonna-
stop.
She gonna sue the internet?
No, she said she knew what she was doing and she made a mistake. So she's not suing nobody.
I don't want to talk about her no more. Okay.
She's 42 and a teacher.
I can't. Oh,
What?
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing. Y'all.
Yes.
And she got a verified check mark. Y'all.
Okay.
So I just want to say before we move on,
Okay.
like I just want us to take it back to like Pro and Pro style, just to be safe. Figure it out.
Go back to the brown gel, the Echo that makes your hair flake like crazy.
Right. Like,
But at least you can wash it out.
If you mix it with bergamot, it will not make it.
Why would you mix it? Okay.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
No, that gives people headaches. That's Gorilla Glue. Why is she gonna do
Brilliant and stupid can all exist at the same time.
Okay.
Brilliant, stupid,
Okay.
and self-hate can all exist at the
It
same
can.
time.
It can exist at the same time.
Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and just
Okay.
omit the first one.
Notice that
She's-
notice that
She's had enough press today. In addition to the Super Bowl, letting the Weeknd pay to perform $7 million of his own dollars.
Did you call it an eye showcase? Sorry.
eye
Singer insider.
that is Uzi Vert for that.
I didn't even put that on the list. We can talk about.
Who's he right?
Yes, he
7
loves.
million?
Okay, so the Weeknd paid his $7 million and he performed. Some people loved it. Most people seemed to hate it. I watched it. I watched like 30 seconds of it and decided that it wasn't for me.
I saw still shots and decided it wasn't for me.
The Weeknd, which I tend to like the Weeknd. I like the Weeknd's like druggy stripper music that he did originally.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of my thing. Like this I am the new Michael Jackson thing is not really working for me.
What do you think of the
But some people liked it.
What do you think of the makeup that he did
The
to
make
help promote his album, the whole project, and pretending that he did plastic surgery?
He's committed.
he is
Spice,
committed to his
Spice
craft.
colored her skin white just to
You
prove a
have to be
point.
really
So.
committed to spend $7 million on a personal performance at the Super Bowl that nobody asked for.
How do you know that he was expensive? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Spends a lot of money.
He's a big deal. Like, white people like him, though. Like, I mean, even if we don't dig him unless we're high, like, white people really like him.
I cover a couple of his songs. So I do like the
What?
Give it to white people.
Have you seen Have you seen the girls in this video?
Right, they're white.
They're all white.
You're right. He's Canadian. He's like 6/5 white anyway. You're right.
Clearly, he's part of the ASAP mob.
You're right.
Sorry.
He's from Ethiopia. He African.
But is that how he chooses to identify, though? We can't just keep throwing that at people because when Rachel does off was actually being black. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, he might be Raven. He might be Black White. Black History Month up in here. Also,
He's not black.
he never did. He didn't. He
He's
didn't
just
say
like
that.
not black.
He didn't say that. He just likes
It's how you
multi-colored
act.
people in his videos.
It's how you act. Who you hang with.
He like
He knows who his target audience is.
Accountability
He
is
knows.
everything. Weekend.
Who actually wants to listen to him sing and pretend like it sounds good. And it's not us, because we know.
You said doing drugs.
Yeah, he needs to do a lot of smart code.
You said him and Chance?
He go back home.
Because
Keep Champ
I
name
do
up.
not. These views are not that. In order to make us really good music. as an
support the process.
organization. Also, Amazon dropped the Thirst Trap product of all Thirst Trap products, with the Alexa that is Michael B. Jordan, who is still with Lori Harvey, because y'all thought she was gonna dump him, but she ain't stupid. They still together. They just posted some birthday pics yesterday. I was like, I see what you're doing, Lori. See what you're doing.
So I don't want to be funny, but so Michael B. Jordan, let me tell you my beef with him. He betrayed Gahanna. He got me. He's on that list with like Brooke from Bold and Beautiful. Like you just don't like her.
For people who hate Danny Glover because The Color Purple still to this day like won't watch anything.
Clifton Powell, Michael B. Jordan.
There's a whole list of people, but he did Alexa. If you've seen the commercial,
that was a beautiful commercial,
about.
And I just want to thank him from the bottom of my vagina.
To the top of her clitoris.
To the top of
thank you.
From the bottom.
I would just like to point out that there's a room full of women in here, and just me. And like, I'm uncomfortable. Oh yeah. He just got
I'm
here.
comfortable with all the vagina talk.
Well, I just
Let's
gave
skills are learned.
I just gave you something about candles, and that's it.
We're gonna talk. Okay, so Michael B. Jordan is not my like thing, but I get it. He doesn't do it for me, but I get why he does it.
I know. I like something.
No one in the room. No.
Something in a Ralph Angel.
He doesn't.
You get it,
He
but not.
doesn't have to do it.
Sorry.
His chest doesn't.
I can wash my panties on his stomach.
Like his chest doesn't.
Okay.
You don't even wear any stuff.
You damn right.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's totally fine. We're in a blizzard, so you know, whatever.
Go the fuck up.
Some of us are trying to get to heaven.
Okay, let's talk about your candles. Because you were very excited about the candles. Let's talk about the candles. Do I get to smell the candles?
You do. Okay, so for people who don't know me, my name is Myko Glaze, and I am the founder and creator of Organic Essentials by Universal Hands.
Yes.
Organic Essentials by Universal Hands is all things organic and natural, from soaps to shea butters to after bath oils to now candles.
Woo!
My candle line is called Illumination Organic Essentials by Universal.
Okay, but I'm going to say it like the Minions every time. Illumination.
Okay, that's it. I tried to hold it. I'm uncomfortable, but great.
Okay, go ahead. There you go.
So, what I've done is all the candles. There's 4 types. There won't be a vast like menu of candles because I have so much stuff to like make with my hands. But I did want to find a way to kind of like, we're lighting candles to like honor our ancestors now, and like just kind of pay homage to the spirits and just the universe and all of that.
Yes.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm big into that, like especially fire. Fire is like for me ceremonious. So what I did was I created 4 candles. One of them is called Jasmine and You. Anybody that knows me knows like I'm a poet, and one of my most known poems is called Pianos and Jasmine.
Also a former R&B singer.
Oh my gosh, why gotta be formal? Why can't just
Because you won't make no music, so.
smell the candle, Qamil?
Ooh. You know what I'm
Like a
saying?
little A&B selection.
Can you do the poem?
No, let's
Dante will not do the poem.
ain't my man.
Did you know that Dante and Michael are cousins? Dante.
I'm here for the candles.
It smells so
So
good.
Right.
this particular candle is made with soy wax. It's made with Italian jasmine oil and Egyptian musk.
It's not like
What I did was I found a way to like infuse the candles with like a plant-based oil as well as like this.
She's gonna pass it around so everyone can smell
I would
it.
just like for y'all to know that Jasmine is walking around with that candle sitting on her backpack. And you might if you know Jasmine, you know that the tickety back.
You know where the candle is up on the shelf.
Put your hand in there, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that one is called Jasmine and You. It just kind of creates a moment, you know, alone with the jasmine. And anybody that knows about jasmine, jasmine's an actual aphrodisiac. So, and it's also good for promoting spiritual growth. Anything that I do, I like for there to be a certain level of intrinsic to it. So that's that one. Now the other three, back to honoring your ancestors. The other three are actually named after my grandparents. If you hang around me or like you know who I am, you know like my grandparents are like, if they told me that you were wrong, you're wrong. Like there's no going back. So I did one. This green one is called Carrie Breeze. Shout out to Carrie Green, my mother's mother. She passed away when I was like 4 or 5. So I always say like whenever I experience her, it's in the wind or in the breeze. So that's why I created this candle.
I was going to say this is real airy.
It's like a very fresh scent. And instead of giving you the oils that it took to like comprise it, like what I did with each of my lids under the name, I actually created a description of the person. So it's soft, subtle, and fresh. So again, we're taking the time to like actually honor our ancestors as we, you know, light the candles. Also, there's a way that now when you buy a candle from me and you light that wick, you're creating the light for my ancestors. So you're helping me pour into that spiritual, you know, blessing. All right. This one here is called Sude. Sude is my grandmother on my father's side. She's actually like, when I say my grandma, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
She was like everybody's best friend. So my grandmother was a neat freak, and she was very clean. And she was a very pleasant lady. So like, I wanted to create a candle that kind of captured that. That's actually infused with game scented oil, but with like lemongrass. Because people who know, yeah, lemongrass opens your third eye and it helps open the connection to the spirit realm and divination. And the description of this candle is soft, simple, and clean.
I've been looking for this.
Everybody's been looking for
like
this.
There was a lemon cookie candle like 10 years ago that I've never been able to find, and that's the closest that I smelled.
I'll tell you where to
get
get
that candle. So now I can get it universal hands.
Illumination from organic.
Illumination.
So finally, I created a candle that's called Jitter Woods. My grandfather, his name is George, but we call him Jitter. His last name is Woods.
Don't take grandpa's brother.
Yeah, they're brothers. But we're not talking about it. We're not spending my time. Hi, Dante.
Do your own interview.
But he used to smoke a corn pipe, like one of those tobacco pipes. He was just a very nice, like a gentle man, but strong still.
Yeah.
So this is made with tobacco oil, vanilla, and rose oil.
What's this on the top?
Rose petals.
There's rose petals on the top.
Great for grounding.
Oh, I like this.
That one has a more masculine
Yeah,
scent.
it's stronger.
And the description of the candle is strong, gentle, and inviting.
This is what you want to smell when you first walk into the door of your house.
Of course, because that's the last one. Also, here, I've done my studies, and each of my candles last 60 hours. The 8 ounces do. So the smaller ones are $5, and the bigger ones are $10. But here's the beauty of it. I wanted to create a fully sustainable line of candles. So what I did was I spent the past couple of months like having people who try the candles give me their jars back so that I can like clean them. So I found a way to kind of restore the jars. So what I'm going to do is you pay $10 for an 8-ounce candle. You bring me your jar back. You get your next 8-ounce candle for $8. Because we're all about upcycling and recycling and just kind of taking care of the environment because there's no point in venerating the universe.
Beautiful.
You're going to tear the earth up. And that is what's next from Organic Essentials by University.
I remember you were like, I mean, no candles. Right? So maybe you body something.
Body something.
Nothing.
I have a whole bunch of them.
Candles.
I have 3 types of body scrubs.
And
And
body
soaps.
scrubs. So
They've
tell
been in
me
your
what else
face.
you have.
I make soaps.
I
I have 8 different soaps, and I also rotate specialty soaps in. I have 3 different types of bath sets, which are body scrubs and bath soaps. I have shea butter that can be infused with any plant-based oil that I have in my inventory. You can also do custom soaps. You can do a loaf of soap if you love it. And I have afterbath oil, and I just give life.
Yes.
Yes.
All the love.
Do you plan to do custom candles? Like how you do your ancestor candles? Like if we ask you.
Yes. Yes, that's going to be a thing. Like, actually, I want to get with not just people, but like different brands and kind of help them like do the manufacturing. Like, I want to sit down with companies and have them smell this oil and see what they want, but also with people. You know, if there's a crystal and a sage oil that you want to go into candles, like I want to be able to produce that for you, which is why I only created 4 candles in my own line, so that I can have time to kind of work outwardly with other people.
Any more questions for Myko?
You gonna do the poem or not?
Or no? The dear Miss Stevie's gonna come back and do a poem. The next poem that she does is gonna be about me.
Nasty. Okay.
That nasty one over there.
Okay, before you go, I like to. Can somebody get 30 seconds on a timer for me? So I like to do this thing called 30 seconds of joy. When you think about something, literally anything that makes you like ecstatically happy on the inside, and then you're gonna have 30 seconds to just gush about this thing, person, place, experience.
Qamil messing your shit.
Whatever. We've had a variety of things from the vibrator to weed,
Like
somebody kids.
Stole my bed.
Like all of those.
They probably get used more
To
often.
a person.
Okay.
Okay, do you have your thing?
Yeah.
Okay, are you happy inside?
I'm always happy.
Okay, you're gonna look into the camera, and when Jasmine says go, your 30 seconds of joy. So
Wait,
this
I'm
is,
just talking about it?
yeah, she's just telling us about the thing that makes you happy for 30 seconds. Okay, so this
Ready?
is Myko Glaze, his 30 seconds of joy.
Go.
Okay, I'm all about making your passion your paycheck, so I'm going to talk about what I do for a living. When it comes to touch and massage therapy, that is something that is therapeutic, not just for you, but for me. There's a connection that happens spiritually between me and other people, and I help guide them towards healing. When it comes to my soaps and my products, I just love the idea of being clean and being cleansed.
5.
So, hit up Organic Essentials by Universal Hands and get your stuff and get some joy.
Time.
Thank you
Nailed
so
it.
much.
Thank
Nailed
you.
it. I will be putting the link to your website and sharing all your things. I like to share people's things. We have one more thing. Well, Jasmine's going to come up here and join me for some meme mess, where we discuss the meme that has everybody going. Gets people going on the internet. So she's going to come up, she's going to read it, and then we're going to give our opinions on said meme. While she makes her way up here, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. You don't even know how dope it is to say that. It's Culture Brewery and to Q's Cake Jars. Q is actually my sister, and she bakes lots of things. She made a cake a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, for the family of Casey Dixon for his birthday. Speaking of that, I would like to send love to Casey's family. There's some more information that came out that was very much different than what we were told initially. So we just want to send love and support to them through everything that is going on. I'm going to have some other things that I'm going to share on my page, so watch that. Welcome to Jasmine. She keeps me together and fixes my boobs and has extra cords because I forgot the laptop charger. Things are real that you don't see. So I'm making her come up here to read this meme that she posted today. So we get some thoughts and share my opinion on it. You ready?
No, but I'm here.
Yeah, 2 hours to be ready.
Okay, so the meme I posted was a screenshot from the shade room,
Of course.
of course. It's a discussion between a couple. The assuming woman says, to do my part, question mark, question mark. Boyfriend says, I'm assuming boyfriend, potentially husband says, yes, if I'm paying the bills and the mortgage and being the provider and protector that you want me to be, then little things like me needing new socks and long johns should be handled by you. That's part of you upkeeping the home. Her response? And y'all gonna have to excuse me, my AAB is out of practice. I work with white people.
Prove it.
Go look at her comment section.
What I look like, part of you being a provider is also providing for yourself. You a whole grown man.
You about to get this, right?
Thank you.
I'm
His response,
Think about that.
you missing the point. We'll talk when I get home.
Home. Ain't no.
As a married woman, I'm going to let you share your reaction to this was first.
Yes, Stevie.
Let me first state for the record, being both married and melanated, there is no way,
That was a whole thing.
no way. First of all, that my husband should even have to let me know. I should be able to see him put on his clothes.
Tattered drawers.
And no, you know what?
That part.
Your drawers is a little close to Jesus. They looking a little holy right now, and we need some more.
You don't even say that.
You don't.
Go away and buy the new pack.
My husband has not bought his own things in about 7.5, 8 years.
In all fairness, Jasmine's husband is a cancer. She can't even throw his stuff away.
You are so right. But I work from home
To the
now, and
wheels
he's
fall
gone
off.
when the trash truck comes.
So, what are you doing with Lucky
It's going
Stuff?
to
Lucky
as long as
Stuff?
it's
I am all the luck he needs.
It's not a stock anymore. It's a garter belt.
That being said,
Leave my lucky socks and my lucky shorts alone.
get you a me and you won't need them.
Oh, come on again.
Now, to that effect,
That was like,
first of all, the fact that he even had to ask
okay.
was bad enough. That already indicates that there's a failure to communicate in the relationship.
Well, you need to check her drawers too.
Hold on.
Because you don't care about that. Like, what you got going on?
Just basing off the comments we can see,
Yes.
his statement that, and I quote,
Because we don't have the beginning of the conversation.
Or the end,
but
I'm
it
hoping.
sounds like he was like, babe, can you
if
pick
he
me up
is
some boxer briefs? And she was
paying
like,
the bills, the mortgage,
where is he?
being the provider and the protector that she wants him to be, it would sound like he is covering 100% of the cost.
Yes.
Of the home.
I don't know where he's at.
So she
So if he's already paying for everything, which means he is
said
either
protector and provider.
protector and provider.
These are just draws.
Right.
So we can even.
That means I am going to hold you down, and hold you at night. So I feel like you missing a step here, sis.
It's just draws.
Talk about it.
If Bubby needs some socks,
Come on. Okay, Bubby.
if Bubby needs some socks,
Talk about it.
he gonna have hangs,
Well,
Fruit of the Loom,
Well,
high crew, ankle, no show, and one, socks for basketball,
Come on here.
socks for church, socks for work, coal miner socks for when it's cold, boot socks, socks for Jesus, plaid socks, socks with hashtags, silk socks.
Dog in the side.
He gonna have long johns, Under Armour, boxer briefs. What else he need? We don't do regular briefs because Bubby pays weird. Because Bubby pays the bill.
Now, wait. I have a question though.
Yes, my
Yes,
love.
you have a question.
shit is Bubby's.
Does she have a job?
I-
Because listen, if
doesn't
sis
sound
got
like
a job, we can shut up.
It don't sound
exactly. And that's what I said. If, just based off what it says, it would appear, that he, based on the screenshot we have, that he's providing 100% of everything.
So he was texting her while she was in Walmart.
like, can I get some
saying,
draws?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like
Because that's my question. if you're spending his money anyway, the least you can do is throw a pair
Well,
of
did she get food
boxers.
But I
stamps?
also feel like,
Stevie has a
because he was like the protector and provider that you want me to be. It's not like
He ain't even here what he wanted to be.
Like, because you ain't got to say all that. That's all.
Okay. And my short answer to that is
But if he ain't getting no drugs, he not being the woman he wants.
my short answer to that
Yeah, go ahead.
is that she throwing it in the circle.
It's
That's
just
not-
Because if she throws it in the circle, she won't ever have to ask him to provide and protect nothing.
Y'all do know there's no shapes in the circle, right?
Huh?
It's octagons and hexagons. And
There
you
are.
better get creative. No
Okay.
There's
circles.
circles, hexagons,
Circles like
swirlies, slippies, bounces, and everything.
Wait a minute. What you say?
No. Not just are you throwing that ass in a prayer circle, but also,
Hallelujah.
Are you praying?
Throwing it in the prayer circle.
I'll just walk up in the club and dance like David next. So,
There it is.
but beyond that, it sounds like she communicated her needs and her standards on the front end, and he met them. But whatever needs and standards needed to be communicated on his end, she has not met them. And so it's not just a lack of communication, this is my standard.
It's a lack of reciprocation as
well.
well.
Like,
Right.
this is my
The
standard.
bare minimum, right?
It's a lack of reciprocation as well. You're absolutely right. For what we have,
She wants some drugs.
she
It
sounds
sounds like he made a whole housewife. If I may be honest.
You think so? You think it's
That's hood rat shit.
You think so?
She asked him, and I quote, she asked him, and I quote, what I look like.
He had that. He had her feeling way.
You a whole grown man.
He liked it.
That's some
He liked when she talked.
Not a wife. Not
He
a
liked when she talked to him like that,
You look at my
and
face.
he knew what it was headed for. So did she when he said, "I'm gonna talk to you." And I said, "Oh, it's a kink." I'm telling you, he likes me.
I don't know if you're surprised.
He probably started the argument.
He started
Time out. Did y'all just turn this man into a sub out of nowhere? Y'all just randomly turned this dude into a sub.
He's not. He's a dom and she's a brat. He's a dom and she's a brat.
It's a whole other episode.
He's a dom and she's a brat.
We're gonna stick a pin in that because
We're gonna come back
we
to
need
that.
to
Steve.
re-explore that whole topic.
This scenario is true. It sounds like they need to break up.
So you know about this.
Dude is watching so dope and he cute.
Come on, Sabrina.
And she belongs. And she belongs right now.
Body girl.
I got your size right now. She said she got boxers right now.
Right. She got boxers for you right now. We're
If
going
she
to
got them already,
stick
they
a
ain't really for you. Okay.
This is
Let's just
also
keep it
where
real. They just bring this
this
person they fit.
misconstrued woman is
Thank you.
So this is
Yeah.
He assumed that she knew.
that she was supposed to buy the drums.
I don't think so. That's where I disagree with that.
You don't think
They
so?
got
I don't think so.
Spider-Man.
Because the first thing that we see is her saying, "Do my part,"
No, I
which leads me
she
to
buy the
believe
drums.
that he at some point
mentioned it.
said, "Babe, can you when you going out to the grocery store, picking up alternating your kids some diapers that I'm taking care of out of my paycheck, can you grab a brother some drugs?"
Okay.
And she said, nah. And he said, do your part. And she said,
She
do my
said,
part.
"Do what?" He said, "Can you just do your part? I just need some long johns. It's cold out here."
But he said, the brother, clearly she talking to him like she in a relationship with a nigga.
It's a difference. It's a difference. If that was me, I would have got on Amazon.com, ordered my drawers, my long johns, and a motherfucking fleshlight, and had it delivered to the house. Flat. Yup.
And if you need one of those, if you show up at my space on Friday, we got a whole sex toy company coming. And he got
That's cheaper to get off on.
Yes.
Y'all got the one that
Yes.
be like sucking on.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yes.
We're going to do two things.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring Michael back.
It's a fleshlight, not a flashlight.
It's a rose for me.
Excuse me.
The podcast.
Excuse me.
Jasmine's
For
going to
the
explain
sake
that. And then,
of explaining this in a corporate setting, as I used to work for said companies, A fleshlight is a device made for male satisfaction that is shaped like an oversized flashlight that is filled with a silicone base meant to replicate the inner workings of a woman's sexual
You just
organ.
made it unsexy.
Absolutely, because we are currently at our sponsors.
I'm talking to the
They don't In that case,
No.
a flashlight is a toy for you to
It's a
grab.
It's a switch. Somebody hit his code switch real quick, please.
Right quick. What is a flashlight?
A flashlight is a toy that you can get at Lions Den or any other website that sells sexual toys for you to stick on your dick and jack off on.
Or you can go to Michael's event.
Yes. You got flashlights
Friday at 1381 East Livingston Avenue.
This Friday.
Come on now.
Come on in.
I forgot that.
Pop back here.
Come on in the room.
Where they
So
can
they
choose
got-
and get flashlights.
So-
sex toys?
No, he has a whole like array, and it's a black-owned sex toy company
Oh, a black
right here in
sex
Columbus, Ohio. So Friday from 6:30 to 9.
Do you want to be like Maya?
You ain't got to be like Maya. From 6:30 to 9.
Love.
The event is called Love, Sex, and Magic at 1381 East Livingston Avenue, and it's going to be sex toys, tarots, yoni steams, erotic art, and
Yoni?
You're right.
mind your business. That they gave us the
That ain't
flashlight.
for you.
I know that's not for me. I'm just saying.
But
like,
if she
this
do
is
it
a-
right, it's also for you.
This is a whole hell of an event right here. This is
It's a great event.
This is a sexual melting pot and shit happening.
So
It
go
is.
to that.
That's the point.
Right on the 13th.
It's
That's
because-
this weekend.
Friday is the 12th.
Friday.
Valentine's Day is Sunday. You come get everything you need. You might want to get you a like little yoni steams and stuff because the Healing Nest has some magical stuff that you might have a Valentine's on Sunday. And you can spend the whole weekend just playing with it.
Literally and figuratively.
You don't need no drawers or
It
socks.
and
or
not All right, so we're going to conclude this show because there is a blizzard outside. And I would like for Dear Stevie to come. But first, we want to thank you for coming to doing Meme Mess. The first Meme Mess with Jasmine. Because there's always a meme to talk about
And I always find it.
debate about, and you always find them. Follow One Universal Hand and at So Dope on like everything, and at Dear Miss Stevie. Okay, yes, take it off. See this wonderful t-shirt that she has turned into a dress thing. That's fashion.
Shake it up, baby.
All right, everyone. And to conclude this episode of the So Dope Show, Dear Miss Stevie is here with something nasty to take us out.
See, okay, so bad. Listen.
You had so much time. Get ready.
No, I was gonna ask you. Did you want to hear something a little lovey-dovey?
Raunchy.
No, we want to hear the Punani poetry.
Get the people with English.
So, do you want to hear the nasty poem that's featured on the Notes from
We
the
want
Margin
somebody to
album?
Yes.
At first sight.
Say that little
Yes,
thing.
you
I
want
want
it.
to
You want at first sight?
No,
At first sight. You want
Okay,
that
at first sight.
It's been so long.
I said I was gonna make you wait at least until our third date. I wanted to leave something to the imagination, wanted to build the anticipation. I wanted to flirt more with my eyes, show a little cleavage, a hint of my big old thighs, let you wonder whether or not they really save lives. They do, by the way. I wanted to dance with you right up to the edge of desire and then pause right there. I wanted to make waiting for me a burden you almost couldn't bear, but I'm lonely now. I mean, right now. On some late night text type shit, like, can you come over right now? Caress my breasts and bend me over right now. Spank me cause I've been bad and teach me a lesson right now. Grip my throat while I take your strokes right now. Let me choke on it. Eyes watering, nose running, slurping and spitting, tongue swirling, hands twisting to sitting backwards cowgirl style so you can see it bounce. Only to hop off and hit my knees to suck your cream out like you're my favorite chocolate delight and I'm hungry right now.
Oh.
I want to swallow you whole. Then let you get a taste. Sweet and juicy pound cake, let one drop will go to waste. I want to moisturize your beard. I want to feel you deep inside, so deep you feel my heartbeat, so deep I can't speak. Make your tips touch my spine, make me lose all track of time. Make my knees touch my ears, and from the side, and from behind. I'll grip it tight like it's mine. Right now. Can you come over right now? Can you do to my body what it craves right now? I want to be like an ocean and feel those waves right now. Like a flower in full bloom. Step into my room. Be a hero with a magnum cape. I want to be saved right now. I've been bad all day. Make me pay. I'll throw it back. No running away. If you can stay right now. Shit. I'm trying to make you wait. We're only 15 minutes into our first date. Fuck a meal, pay the bill, meet me in the bathroom right now.
Yeah,
I said Magnum cake. I did. Let's Is this one? I said Magnum cakes. I did.
We heard it. We heard the whole thing.
There was some clarification going on. Dear Miss Stevie is single. If you are interested in boxing, at some point, the So Dope Show is going to add a very serious, I haven't decided what I want to call it yet, but I will be matching eligible bachelors and bachelorettes after some serious vetting by me to make sure you ain't on no bullshit.
Because I'm here right now.
You sit here holding your phone.
That's a callback, right?
Because I believe that I can help people find love, and I've seen a lot, and I've learned a lot. This is a great place to do it.
I got you, friend.
She's struggling over there. Thank you to Myko Glaze for being my guest today. Thank you to Fizzle and Pagan for giving So Dope, the So Dope Show a new home. And other things. Some other things. Thank you all for coming in a blizzard to be here with me.
So Dope Show.